Hey everyone, welcome to Time to Play Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix. Yes, that's right, it's on the PS3 2.5 HD remix. I'm sure you already figured that out because you saw the thumbnail, right? But, formalities. So, why am I doing a Time to Play of this one, and not for Star Fox Assault like I said I would? Well, the answer's kind of, obvious for me, and I'll explain it to you, along with a couple of other questions that I'm sure I'm gonna get hit up. So, why this one? Well, it rained a few nights ago, and it really cooled things down. I figured that was the best time for me to actually play my PS3, because that thing really loves to put off some heat. I'm really hoping you can't hear it while I'm playing this. And if you do, I apologize for that. There's no way I can keep the system humming down. And it's actually far away from the microphone, so that says something. Now, I played through Terra and Ventus' story, but I haven't played through Aqua's yet. This is actually my first real time playing through the entire game. I mean, I only started it like a few weeks ago, and I was actually very surprised at just how short this was. I mean, I know it was made for the PSP in mind, and that's probably why it's so short, and it's because you have 3 other characters, so you don't have to spend that much time. It's basically 1/3 of the game that I'm going to play through. Will I play through Terra and Ventus' story for this? We'll see how the views go. I mean, I don't even think I'm going to do the secret ending unless the views are extremely well. And if I actually do Terra and Ven's story, because why ruin the whole thing for everyone else? Now, what about Time to Play DK64? That will continue. I will be going back to that. Originally, I wanted to record myself playing this. I wanted to have a camera up there, but the problem with my camera is it only records 20 minutes at a time. For some reason, it stops recording after 20 minutes, and that's kind of frustrating. I don't know how to fix that. I do have webcams, but the quality wasn't really coming out that well. Now, Elgato does have the feature where I can record this and myself at the same time, and I figured that might be the best way possible because I'm not sure if my system, as powerful as it is, can actually record 2 things at once. I wasn't sure if that was going to put enough strain on it. But even though Elgato can do that, it takes forever for it to compress the raw footage. Plus, I can't get the raw footage without myself being there. So if I ever need it for like a list or something, that's not going to happen. And unfortunately, part 1, mostly cutscene heavy, just getting us into the story. We see Xehanort here tampering with darkness and all that. I mean, if you don't already know what's going on, Terra and Aqua are taking the Mark of Mastery, I believe, to see if they can become Keyblade Masters. And the story kind of progresses from there, whether they get it or not. I already know how it goes. I'm sure many of you know how it goes. I don't really feel like I need, this is spoiling it for anyone, because if you're watching this, you're probably a Kingdom Hearts fan anyway, and you've probably already played this. Unless you don't have a PSP, which is completely understandable, or a PS3, which, okay, that might be a little hard. Man, I wish I could have played this on the PS4, but hey, I could play it on the PS3. So, how is this one going to go about? Well, I'm going to do this in sections of 3. Each time I play through it, I'm going to record myself for about an hour, and so, if you're going to ask, if you're answering my question, no. If you're trying to ask me a question, it's a good thing these things are so easy, so it's easy for me to actually explain some of this stuff. Hey, where'd Xehanort and Ericus go? Why, they must have got scared and turned tail and ran! Oh, be nice to have a co-commentary with this. Oh, she's got a nice finishing move. Gotta give her that. Well, since this is so easy, I don't need to concentrate. I can go ahead and explain a few things. Oh, well, I guess that was easier said than done, or easier done than said, whatever the way it works. So, I'm going to be recording these in about 3 sessions each time I play through it, so I'm going to have 3 parts right away. However, I'm not sure what to do about the cutscenes. I guess it really matters based on what happens, because I'm not sure if I can get like a copyright claim on them, and I'm really hoping that's not the case. It's really hard to tell, but You know, if I do, then I'm just gonna have to summarize what's going on. And I also have to bring this up while I can. I couldn't believe that Master Ericus's voice is actually Mark Hamill. When I had to fight him as Terra, I kept hearing what sounded like parts of the Joker coming out of his voice, and I was like, is that really Mark Hamill? And once I got to the credits, I couldn't believe it. That's really Mark Hamill. That's pretty cool. That's just like some kind of like thing out of left field I wasn't expecting. Really neat. So for this playthrough, I mean, I've never really done a time to play for an RPG before, but because of how short Birth by Sleep actually is, it's so easy for me to get through it. And the grinding in this game is incredibly... It's the best in the series from my point of view. It's just so easy. You can go from one room and then back into the other, and the enemies will respawn, and you can just keep doing this over and over again, which really helps for melding commands together and getting those bonuses. I didn't do that for Ven the first time. Playing as Ven was my first run of the game, and it was pretty darn difficult. When I played as Terra, though, I actually did some grinding in Radiant Garden, and I believe he got up to about 6 or 8 levels from that grinding, and just he could tear through the rest of the game without a problem. So I think what I'm going to do is there are going to be some parts where I'm going to grind with Aqua, but you're not going to see that. No, it's either when I'm going to get to a new world or right before a boss that I'm going to start grinding, maybe even in Radiant Garden again, because I think that really is the best place to do it. I'm not sure. I'm not an expert at this game since I'm still technically new to it. But, you know, if you want to leave me any suggestions, that's great. I'm not going to do my homework on this one. I want to kind of play through it blind. It's so weird. Like, I'm familiar with what happens, but I still don't know every little thing about the game. So I don't know the best combinations and all that. I don't really want to look them up, but if you want to offer some suggestions, that's cool too. Otherwise, I'll just do it all blind and figure it out on my own. So, I wish there was more I could say about this, but I guess all I can really say at the moment is, it did take me a while to figure a few things out, like the whole melding commands ability together. But, I mean, I didn't even know I could put potions and items in those slots. I was so bad at figuring this stuff out. So yeah, for when I played as Ven and Terra, I did not use potions once. So that was kind of a bad thing for me. It caused me a lot of trouble during some certain parts, but Kuraga basically fixed everything. So once Aqua gets Cure, I'm gonna try and level that thing up like crazy and get Cura or Kuraga, hopefully, as soon as I possibly can, because that'll mean that I won't really have to worry about this anymore. Now, I mean, I can talk over the cutscenes and all that, because you can at least read the subtitles down there, so that's not a problem. But for those who are unfamiliar with what's going on, or what's really happening in the story right now, and as to why I didn't choose Kingdom Hearts 1 or Kingdom Hearts 2, why'd I go with Birth by Sleep? Well, as I said earlier, it's like the shortest one to get through, grind easy. It's just kind of short. I did Terra's time in about 12 hours, so I think I can do that with Aqua, if not a little better. And with the hours being cut out from grinding, that should make things go a whole lot quicker. Now, Birth by Sleep is technically the first in the series, in a chronological order. It's not the first in the franchise, it's not the first in the series, it's just the first from where the timeline begins. No, this does not mean I'll be doing Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, unless the view count for this is insanely beyond what I'm predicting, and I'm not predicting much. But yeah, I would have to go beyond my wildest expectations for me to continue on with this. But I do want to get through Birth by Sleep, at least Aqua's story, and I would like to at least get it done before the summer, or at least before it gets to triple-digit heat. Otherwise, I'd have to postpone it until winter, and we don't want that. We want to get through this.
Remember that order must be kept. You cannot tell
So, yeah, I'm gonna go with at least 3 sessions, maybe a night. Maybe a night. But when they'll be uploaded is gonna be periodically. But I do want to upload the first 2 episodes right away. Because, let's face it, this one is nothing but cutscenes. Ugh. And that's just not kind of fun to watch, right? There's not really much for me to even discuss or talk about at this point. It's kind of... It's really hard to keep this interesting. I'm sorry if I've already started to put some of you to sleep. But... I'm trying to think about what else I could answer. Okay. So if I'm going to do a time to play for Star Fox Assault... I'm not sure when I'll do it. It's either going to be after I've finished either DK64 or Birth by Sleep, whichever one comes first. So Star Fox Assault is already my next game on the list of games to tackle for that. As for this time to play, it's actually going to be a mix of both live and post-commentary. The beginning of this was so horrendously bad for my narration. I could not say one thing straight. I kept getting words wrong. I kept saying incorrect stuff. I really couldn't focus and concentrate. But the rest, there are going to be points where it should be live commentary. It feels like both episodes are going to have both live and post commentary, and I'm hoping that that way the narration and the commentary can seem at least a little bit better. If at least it'll hold your attention, I'm hoping. That was another reason I wanted to put myself on camera, but I just couldn't get it to work. Not to mention, my camera even can overheat at times, which, not good when you want to do stuff like this.
I would never let that happen. I promise you I will bring Tara back.
Yeah, good luck with that promise. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm already familiar about what happens. Even before playing Birth by Sleep, I saw a lot of the cutscenes, and then I saw Game Trailer's timeline, as well as the whole Kingdom Hearts mysteries, which they did a really good job of answering so many questions that I had. And if you haven't seen that, I really highly recommend that you check it out. You can find them on YouTube. I might even put a link to them in the comments, or not in the comments, but in the description box. But I think I can skip a lot of the cutscenes right now, because there's really not much left that you need to see. It's just Aqua chasing after them and just being a witness to the events that Terra and Ven do. Because I didn't know how her timeline was going to be. I thought she was just going to be in the mix between them, but apparently she's last in all of them. And I was actually a little surprised that I'm going to Cinderella's first. The timeline is kind of awkward. It doesn't really make sense in the grand scheme of things, because technically the first character is Terra, and he goes to Sleeping Beauty first, but Ven's first outing is into Snow White, and apparently Terra's already been there. And then he gets to Sleeping Beauty, only to find out that Terra's was already there. And it's like, this doesn't really make sense in the long run. It just feels like, was Ven really that far behind? Like, he's so far behind, Terra's already done 2 worlds ahead of him? It's kind of confusing. Now, a small part of me wants to say, this is the ballroom, right? So where's everybody else dancing, all the catering, everybody? And I know, it was designed for the PSP, all that stuff couldn't be there because they wanted to make sure that it would run well in the system, it probably couldn't handle it and keep a good frame rate. I get it. But if you're going to update this on a console, you could always put in something, but whatever. It doesn't really affect anything, although it does make some places seem larger than they should, but it's just to make it look good for what the system it was supposed to originally be for. So, okay. I at least wanted to bring that up. Like, I understand why it's empty to those who don't understand why it's not. I mean, it still seems pretty impressive for this being on the PSP, even though I never had the system, so I don't really know if it's that many capabilities and what it can really do. Although I did hear that this, along with Daxter and I think Mega Man Powered Up were like the best games to own for the system. I really wish that they could come were available to be playable on like either the PS3 or the PS4. It just seems like it's kind of a waste to only have them on that little system, and you can't play them unless you have it. And not a whole lot of people have a PSP or a PS Vita. If you have them, lucky you. I just never really saw that. I never really wanted one until there was like a huge selection of games, and didn't seem like there were that many compared to, you know, the DS and the 3DS.
Will do.
Though the 3DS did struggle for a very long time, or at least within its first year, but
He'll be
alright.
alright. You won't give him.
I'll just stop talking about that now. We're finally getting back into some gameplay territory. And what can... Let's see, what does Aqua have again? Can she air slide, or... What does she do? Oh, right, cartwheel. Oh, we gotta fix that camera, too. Something that just kind of bothers me. Like, I need the camera to be complete flipped, and that music is going to destroy me. Oh, this music just, it gets on your nerves. It loops. It loops. It loops. It loops. It's the same, and I know it's bibbidi bobbidi boo, and it kind of fits in this area because of that, but my goodness, you just hear those same keys over and over again, and it gets on your nerves. Ugh. It really makes you want to get out of this world as fast as you can, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and start grinding in this world. Before we even get... I think once I get to a good enough part, I'm going to start grinding, and at least the music should change, if I remember that correctly. So, it shouldn't be that bad for me, and I can always turn down the volume, but it just makes me want to get out of this world as fast as I possibly can. But it's always a good idea to pick up any of these treasures and find stuff that you may not have seen before. But I really can't stand the music. I think it's the worst one in the entire series, if I'm going to be honest, just because of how repetitive it sounds. And I'm really hoping that I get to fight you guys. Or something. Just let me teach them a lesson. Please tell me that means I get to fight them or something. Please.
Who are those ladies?
Now, for those of you guys watching, do you mind if I skip some of the cutscenes? Because, I mean, at least let me skip this one. We're in the first video. We haven't done that much. It's been almost nothing but cutscene heavy center. So, I think I'm just going to go ahead and cut this, skip it, because we already know what really happens. We know what the objective is. Find out where Cinderella is, if I'm not mistaken. Because if that's not it, that's a really good guess. Alright, areas surveyed and scanned. No treasure chests, at least not ones that I could see. Don't really care about the stickers. I really don't have much of a use for them. So, what happens? Oh, I get to fight some Unversed, finally! Now, I still remember when these things were called Unbirth, which was kind of interesting. But I guess that also made sense because that's when the title was Birth by Sleep. But, you know, that was what we first heard them as. They were the Unbirth, and then they were translated as the Unverse, which is very weird. I'm not exactly sure what that really means. I'd have to go back and look that up. But, for the meantime, it's kind of interesting because I get what the whole Un is supposed to be, like the Heartless, the Nobodies, and the Unverse. But I would have thought that they would have saved that for, like, for Kingdom Hearts 3, so I don't know, what else can they really have? Can they have like a new enemy type for Kingdom Hearts 3, or are they just going to go back to just Heartless and maybe some Nobodies? Maybe they could actually bring the Unverse back. I really don't see why they couldn't, except for the fact that they did kind of come from, well, that's spoiler territory, so I probably shouldn't say anymore. Oh, I think I lost track of you. Come back. You're not getting away that easy. Oh, jeez, I need to go back up? Okay, you know what? It doesn't really take me that long to get the hang of Aqua. It took me a little bit of time to get the hang of the others, but so far, Aqua seems pretty okay. Definitely some master-worthy material. I get that. Man, she's kind of sweeping up. Sure, why don't I obliterate all the unversed in the area? Get a little stronger. It's not like you guys can put up that much of a fight. And a little thunder for you, and a little blizzard. Ooh. She gets the whole surge thing right away. Nice. I don't remember that for Ven or Terra. I thought it took them a while before they actually got that. But hey, I'm happy to get this right away. It should hopefully make things a whole lot easier. And anything that gets me out of this world faster is a blessing. Please get me out of here. Ooh. Fancy. Man, I can't wait to start replacing Quick Blitz with another attack. Sliding Dash, Fire Surge, Thunder Surge. You know, one of those really good ones. But Quick Blitz, well, at least it gave me the scan ability, so can't be too hard on it. You know, I'll just get to through this part, and I think I'll stop the video there. But I at least want to get to this part, or at least get through it. Come on, hop out. There we go. Take it. And die. I'd say tell your friends about me, but I've knocked you so hard you're not going to remember them. Note to self, come up with better banter for beating enemies. Oh, Tubby here. He's the only one that really gives me a problem with the first area. But only if I'm not being too careful. You know, I don't want to die like an idiot in the first world. Ooh, nice. Oh, you were behind me? Honestly, I don't understand why Terra and Aqua are the same in this world. Yet Vin gets shrunk? He shrinks in this world for some reason. It's kind of unfair. Oh well. Oh, I'm still not out the door, come on. Okay, I think we've gone pretty long. I think once I take care of these guys, I'm just gonna cut it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and have a mad grind session and get super powered up before I start episode 2. Episode 2. Why, this ain't no show. Oh man, there's still so many more of you. This needs to end. I need a small little break before I grind. Come on. At least these guys are pushovers, so that's nice. Ooh, level 2. Magic increased. Personally, I prefer strength to be increased, but I'm not playing as Terra. And fortunately, the magic does seem to be a bit better in this game, or at least more useful to me than I ever used it in Kingdom Hearts 2. I think I only ever used maybe the fire sometimes, maybe some thunder, but I never really used it during combat. I could just keep instantly pushing the attack button just to get through, and it never really made that much of a progress. Okay, I think I'm just gonna keep it here and just go ahead, stop it here, and I'll see you guys in part 2 after a mad grind session. So, later everyone! Look at how much they're dead. Oh, they're all gonna die. Unlocked Gold Rush. Oh, cool. Oh, look at them. They all disintegrated into money.